I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. All right, guys, I'm in China again. I'm just gonna ride for about 45 minutes, I think, or so. Just gonna talk to you a little bit. Some cool things are going on. Got some cool things to tell you about. I always have some cool things to tell you about. It's because there's always really cool things going on. I'm about to get to do a stunt. Like, I do a lot of crazy things for the channel, but I'm not sure anybody would call them stunts. Well, the skydiving was stunts. And the, oh, I got a big tunnel coming up. Going into the tent, that was a stunt. But most of the stuff I do is just chilly stuff. I don't consider stunts. I'm about to do a stunt. And inevitably, going into the tunnel right now, inevitably somebody's going to say I'm brave, and there's really nothing to that. I don't think I'm a very brave person. I'm not frightened of dying, though. Did that once already. It wasn't so scary. I'm excited about this stunt. What a cool tunnel. The visuals on it are spectacular. Big shout out to Bela Lugosi. On my last biking video, Bela Lugosi left a comment that said, I'm paraphrasing, something like, I used to think that I made mistakes, but as I've aged, I've realized my mistakes made me. I don't know if Bela Lugosi heard that somewhere, or if that's theirs. That's as good as it gets. That's really cool. What a great thing. These little nuggets of knowledge that you carry with you forever. I'll carry that one with me forever. You know, one of the ones I've kept with me forever, one of the best pieces of advice that my dad ever gave me. He said, never make a really important decision at night when it's dark. And I asked him why. He said, because, son, everything looks different in the light of day. He told me that when I was young. This is relatively flat so far. I'm digging it. But as a kid, when I said why, he said, because everything looks different in the light of day. Now, since he told me that advice, I've used it. And there were times where at night I was faced with a big decision. And I didn't, I said, no, I'm not going to make this decision, so I'm going to sleep on it. And the next day I had changed my mind. In the light of day, I was like, wow. I can think of a half a dozen, no, that's not true. Probably a half a dozen times where that really came into play here. Bit of an itch here, sorry. I'm gonna spit a little bit in here in this video. If you've watched biking videos, I kind of do that, I'm sorry. I apologize. But that's a good piece of advice. Don't make a big decision at nighttime. Everything looks different in the light of day. This is great. I love this thing. So live for now. Live in the moment. You know why it's important? Take it from me. Do I look like a young guy to you? I'm like Gandalf the White of the Chile community. I spent half my life saying, I can't wait for, I can't wait for, I can't wait for. I can't wait for, wishing days away. It's funny, the expression, live one day at a time. It's the only way we can live. Thank God we couldn't live 5 days at a time. Imagine if you had something real exciting coming up and you're like, I'm going to live 5 days today just to get to it. We'd be dead in 6 months. We'd be burning our days like that. Live for now. It's one of the spectacular things about dogs. You know, I don't really remember. You know, have a concept of time, yesterday, today, tomorrow. They live in the moment. When you come home, they freak out because they weren't sure you were gonna. I love dogs. When you feed them, they freak out because they weren't sure they were gonna eat again. Great animals. You know, they really are. They could be laying down, doing nothing. You go, hey, jump up and get excited. They're immediately in go mode. Just, what? Where is it? Let's go. Wagging their tail. They need no prep. Live for now. Tomorrow's not promised, right? Sorry. Someone said, yesterday's gone, nothing you can do about it. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet, so why worry? Live in the now. It's a gift, that's why they call it the present. It's pretty cool. You know, if you live in the past, what you do is you're letting defeats usually, because if you live in the past, that's typically what we do. You're letting defeats or something negative affect your now. Why would you do that? It's already behind you. Dust your hands off and move forward. You know, why live in the past? And if you live your life, this is beautiful. If you live your life waiting for tomorrow, like, I can't wait for her, one day you're going to find yourself in your 50s going, where'd that go? I wished all that time away. Because I got news for you guys. Come closer and listen really carefully. I'll say it twice. Father Time is undefeated. You hear me? Father Time is undefeated. Every man has an appointment with death. I'd like to put mine off for as long as possible. And this is going to help me. Being sober helps me. I'm so thankful of that. Coming up on 5 years in April without alcohol. I quit all other drugs over 14 years ago, all the hard ones. I don't miss them. What I'm about now is living my best life. I'm leaving it all on the field. Have you heard that expression? Leave it all in the field? Expressions are funny. Sometimes you hear them, you don't even know what it means. Like I talked about second wind. If you've never experienced a second wind, you don't know what that expression is about. Leaving it on the field. I heard about it playing football. Coach would say, don't, you know, in a game, you want to give it 100%. He used to say 110%. You should drive me crazy because there's no such thing as 110%. But I get the point. But give it your all and leave it on the field. I ran marathons. When I was training for it, I remember reading that the most depressing thing that a marathoner can experience is finishing that race with gas in your tank. Think about that. It means you didn't give it your all. Are you fitted? How much gas is in your tank? You know? I saw a meme once that said, we have one life. We only get one. Why aren't we running towards our goals like our hair is on fire? I got no hair. I got the goatee. But I'm running towards my goals like it's on fire. I promise you that. I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to go sub my son. If you've been around with the channel for long enough, you've seen videos of me and Johnny Jr. He's a good boy. He's a good man. We started the channel. I even had a upload a video. He really helped me. It was in hundreds of videos. He's just a great guy that I'm proud of. He's a good young man. He's a kind young man. He's not a jerk. He's not a jerk. He's a good young man. Like he'll say, thank you. Yes, please. No, thank you. His mom, I owe her a lot to that because we got divorced and I wasn't there a lot of it. But Johnny Scoville Jr. has started his own YouTube channel called Johnny Scoville Jr. You will get a lot of the same stuff you get here. Family-friendly reviews and challenges and other stuff. Family-friendly. You won't hear him cursing. He's a good young man. If you do, come tell me. Well, go over to his channel and subscribe to him. He's a good kid. Excuse me. So, you know what's happening today, right? Super Bowl. I saw a stat. I saw a stat you guys may have seen. Sorry. That 25% of all Americans are making a bet. Think of 1 out of 4. Sounds a little different. I can't believe that. I don't bet. I've lived in casino towns. Lived in Reno. I don't bet. It's not to say I haven't been in a casino. But here's what I've learned about betting in general. Someone said, you want to double your money? Fold it and put it back in your pocket. Here's the deal. All games are 51% of the time the house is going to win. That means at the end of the day, they're winners. And that's kind of how it works. It's kind of how it works. I don't bet on anybody, I bet on me. That's who I bet on. You know why? There won't be a scandal. No one's cheating. That's what I bet on. I was at a dog race once. I went to Gulf Greyhound Park with Tommy when we were young, a long time ago. It was a weird day, man. It was a very pretty day. We got in, we were walking in the grandstands to a place to see. And they had these people working in front that had greyhounds on leashes. And they were retired racers you could adopt, which I think is the coolest thing, like maybe in the world. So, as we're walking to our seat, this dog, beautiful, beautiful greyhound, he's on a leash. I mean a relatively short one. I walk by the guy and he gets to me really quickly and stops and leans into me and looks up at me. It was an odd moment. I kind of waited for a second. We kept walking. I looked back with Tommy to see if it was just doing that with everybody. Like that was its game. I'm gonna get adopted today. I got this deal he told me about in the kennel. When they walk by, you lean into him and look up with those big eyes. They can't say no. They're gonna take you home. So we looked back and it wasn't doing anything. It was just looking at people as they went by. It was a weird thing. It was weird. That day, you know, I said I don't gamble. I made a few bets that day, but I'm not a gambler really. But that day, some dude made a bet, spent $2. Sorry. And what he did in this $2 bet was bet the exact order, not win, place, or show, but I mean the exact order that the entire field would come in. on a $2 bet. And he got it right. You would have thought the guy had a heart attack. In fact, you could hear him talking about it. They took him directly from there to the tax window to pay his taxes on it. I mean, $288,000 on the deuce. Got a big hill. It sure doesn't look like China at all. So I bet on me. That's who I bet on. I'm the underdog a lot. I'm the unlikely one. I'd rather be lucky than good. I've been so blessed and so fortunate with everything that's happened to me since I started this channel. Quitting alcohol was really significant though. Really significant. Changed my life, you know? So many amazing things happen. It's been such an education. You know, you may have heard me talk about ants sometimes, and we all have them. They're automatic negative thoughts. Do you know what I get sometimes? Positive, automatic positive thoughts. Apps, I guess. I do. I have these thoughts that. And I'm telling you, when you've lived the life that I lived for a long time, you have these demons, and the demons are inside you. They're telling you you're no good, that you're a loser, that you'll never be half the man your dad is. You know, those are what the ants tell me. But they're just, I just passed a truck going uphill. Please, everybody hear that? I'm going uphill and I just passed a vehicle, a truck. But ants do that. They'll tell you that you aren't good enough, you aren't worthy. They know your buttons. They are your buttons. We all have them. That's why they're called automatic negative thoughts. But you can program yourself to have automatic positive thoughts. It's by the way you think, what you put in. Garbage in, garbage out. What do you watch? What are you watching? Like when you're on YouTube or any other platform, what are you watching? You watching good stuff? Positive stuff? It doesn't have to always be that, but are you focusing on things that are negative? And what are you focusing on? What are you putting in your computer? Huh? I try not to dwell on things that are negative. The world's full of it. That's why I don't watch the news. News doesn't talk about good stuff. They don't. A lie will travel around the world 5 times before the truth puts its pants on. They love salacious. That's what sells. Get the widow on the set. It's a good song. But that's what they want. They just all for clicks and views. Well, I want to be positive. Isn't that better? Let me ask you guys a question. We'll see who's paying attention. If you're still here at this point, I thank you. We're 6 miles in. I got switched to mileage. 6 miles in, 180 calories burned. Anyhow, here's the question that I've got for you. I currently live in Tucson, Arizona. How would you guys be into a meet and greet here in Tucson? Reached out to a really cool burger place, not the place I reviewed yesterday. Spoke with him on the phone. Sort of a legend himself. And I think we're going to do a meet and greet where he prepares a special dish just for me. If you're in the Phoenix area or Tucson area, pretty sure I could twist Tommy's arm and get him to come down as well. But that's something I thought about that I think would be pretty cool. The only meet and greets, I've never really done a meet and greet, so to speak. I guess I have, if you call a festival, a chili festival, a pepper festival, chili show, if you call those meet and greet, then I've done it a lot. But if you're talking about a meet and greet like this, it would be a first. So who do you bet on? Are you betting on you? Are you a good bet? Should I bet on you? You should bet on me, because I'm not going to fail. I know I can bet on you, because you're here with me. You can bet on you. I think everybody has greatness within them, in one way or another. We all have some skill set, something to offer. Sometimes it takes forever to find. You know, I was 50 years old when I started Chase the Heat. I remember when my son was like, when Johnny Jr. was like, I remember how old he was, probably 7 or 8. He asked me what I wanted to do, be when I grew up. Now, I know. I just want to be me. But I want to be a better me than the me it was yesterday. Excuse me. One thing that I think about so much, really so much, is this thing I heard once. And I've talked about it on this channel probably 2 or 3 times. But how many versions of you are out there? I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, let's talk about mine. 57, but I'm sober. And when I say a version, this is what I mean. There are people I haven't seen since the graduation day in high school. So to them, I was just an average student, great athlete, good guy that came from a good family, polite. That was that version. 2 years later in college, if you met me, I was the beer-swilling fraternity brother who would punch you if you looked at me the wrong way, in your face. That version. I worked at a place where it was a pizza joint. I had a bar attached to it. I ran the place, but it was a bouncer at night. That's what you did. If you saw what we did to a lot of versions of me out there. There's a version out there where I'm probably one of the best salespeople you'll ever meet. There's a version out there that cheated on his girlfriend. There's a version out there that's addicted to drugs. Pick the drug. And there's a version of me addicted to it out there. How many versions of me are out there? Now I'm sober. I want to help people get sober. I want to help people be the best they can be. To realize that they can go so much further than they ever thought they could. That's the version I want to be now. And to me now, and it's so sad that I learned this so late in life, but consistency is everything. There have been times where I've made huge mistakes and lost all credibility. All credibility. Do you know how I gained back credibility? Because I have a pretty good name right now. It's words matching your actions. Pardon me. Your actions matching your words, consistent over time. When your actions match your words, consistent over time, in time they see you for what you are, not for what you were. Like a testimony. I got a testimony. Testimony isn't all the terrible things you did, because my list of terrible things is long. It's what are you now? You know what I mean? So my goal now is I want to be the best version This is the version I want out here of me. This is me, who I am. I want to help you get, if you've got a substance problem, I want to help you get sober. You got a goal you want to reach, I'll help you reach it. What I've learned, and again, you learn this crap too late in life. What do you want more of in your life? Give it away. Do you want more love in your life? Give more love away. Watch how much love you get. You want more respect in life? Give more respect. More respect you give, the more you'll earn. It's the truth. So here's the honest to goodness truth of it all. There are 61, maybe 62 million YouTube channels right now. I'm not knocking anybody for how they do things at all. Because sometimes someone's channel is shtick, you know what I mean? But anybody that meets me today will tell you that what you see is what you get. I'm like this whether there's a camera turned on or off. And that really is the truth. I'm trying to be the most consistent me I can be. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Sorry. Everybody, look over there. Sorry. In my life, I did a lot of nefarious things. I've been the gangster, a criminal, and I've done a lot of bad things. And now all of a sudden, I'm trying to be a good guy. And not unfortunately, but my face is everywhere. People that haven't seen me in 40 years are reaching out to me because of Superhot. And depending on what version you know of me, you're looking at that show going, what? But what you see is what you get. I don't fake anything. I am what I am. Broken, flawed, scarred. But every one of those scars tells a story. And I never gave up. And I'm telling you people right now, I had there were a million times where I wanted to give up. And once this close where I almost did. I've never told that story, I don't think. Wouldn't be suitable for this video. But man, if you knew how many times I wanted to throw in the towel. I mean it. You know where I got my heart from? My dad. My dad had heart. Like never give up heart. My mom's a star, don't get me wrong. I got my entrepreneurial spirit from my mother. But from my dad, I got my ability to communicate, which has been pretty helpful. So much from him. What an amazing dude he was. Yeah, I think about him a lot now. He'd be going nuts over what's going on right now. So I got about 14 more minutes to go. It's funny, when I started, I'm like, I'm not gonna jump in the water. Yep, I'm jumping in the water. Well, I got an exciting couple weeks coming up. I'm getting to do some pretty crazy things. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do something. That's a really important thing for you to hear. I've told this a million times, but when I told my ex-wife I was married at the time when I started the channel. When I told her I was going to start a YouTube channel, her response was, "What are you, 13?" That's what she said. I almost didn't start the channel. I think she would have told me I was a fool. I'm so glad I did. Living well is the best revenge. Yeah, I did a lot of failing in the first half, but I'm getting my revenge now. You know, for the last, I can't remember, decades, I've slept 4 hours a night. I used to wear it like a badge of honor. Like, oh, I only sleep 4 hours. I'm sleeping like 6 now. Every night. Feeling better. But here's the deal, man. If you got 10 lifetimes, there's still no reason to waste one not being your best. I only get one. I don't know about you guys. I've gotten 9.8 miles, 310 calories burned. I only get one life. There's so many things that I've done, but there's so many things I want to do. I don't even know what they are because things are happening to me that are making the list of things that I'm able to do so different. So it's kind of hard, like bucket list. I'll be really honest, I never really had a bucket list written down. I guess in my head I had things I wanted to do, but I didn't really have a bucket list. But if I did have a bucket list, I'd be scratching crap off that, rewriting a new one every year. I have done things in the last 7 years. You know, I told you guys a long time ago, some of you may remember. If you do, tell me you remember this, if you ever heard me say this. This is, hang on. Sorry. I got this from somebody else. I didn't come up with it. But I swear it's how I live my life. And I swear it works. This person said to me, live your life, every minute of it, as if any second something absolutely amazing is going to happen to you. If you live your life that way, wait to see how many amazing things happen to you. I know that sounds like that book Brian wrote in Family Guy, wish it be and do it or whatever, but it's the truth. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because if you really make an active role into living your life like holy mackerel, something amazing is going to happen today. Maybe you're just more aware of good things that are happening and you're more grateful. I don't know. Challenge me. Try it. Live your life, every moment of it, as though that any second something amazing is going to happen to you. It doesn't cost you anything to try it. Try it. I promise you it'll work. Been doing it for 8 years. I could go through the list. Started with Australia. Hang on a second, you guys. Hello? No, I'm not. Yeah, I gotta go. Wow. That was my mom, you guys. Just seeing if I'm still going strong. I got a great mother. I really, really do. But what I was saying was live every life as though, all right, so Australia says to me, or Philippines first. They invite me there. They'll pay for it if I just show up. Just fell in my lap. And Australia did. And New Zealand. And London. And Belgium. Then Netflix. I fell in love with Brie. Sobriety. All of you Hulu. Everything that's happening right now, I applied for none of it. I sought none of it out. Just started making videos, having fun, trying to be a goodwill factory and put goodwill out there. Because I'm telling you, whatever you put out there is going to come back. Isn't that sweet, though? My mom checking on me. She's afraid I'm going to go out here and drop dead on her or something. She wasn't here when I died last time. No, I know that sounds weird to say. You're watching me for the first time about 126 days ago, 127 days ago. I died right over there. I was 8 more minutes, I'm done. I was dehydrated. And I just stopped. My heart stopped. My breathing quit. And I was transitioning to the other side. That's how I know I'm not scared of dying. That was a peaceful, beautiful experience. And if it weren't for Tommy, I'd be dead. So that's probably why she's calling to make sure I'm not slumped over this thing, dead in a stream. I got another 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go. This is a big hill. I've gone 11 miles. 155 calories burned, and I'm on a big hill. You all have more in your tank than you think you have. Every one of you is capable of more than you think you are. And stop listening to your haters. My mom told me once that even a kite needs resistance to stay up. We all need some resistance in our life. I read you guys a stat recently about trees and biospheres. You know, there are biospheres all over the world. Different countries are doing them. Something was happening in all of them. Couldn't figure out what it was. Trees, big trees, just falling over. You know what they determined? The breeze and the wind in the atmosphere and in our climate gives it the resistance, the strength, toughens it to keep it upright. And when you're in a biosphere with no wind, there's no resistance. Even a tree with a straight trunk can't stand up. So I'm telling you, we all need a little bit of resistance in our life. But ignore the haters. Ignore them. Just know that every day you do better, it kills them. You have to know that I do. I laugh about it. Things that are happening in my life must be driving them nuts. It's the best revenge. I'm living well. And the funny thing is, I'm just getting started. And I mean that. If you only knew some of the things that are coming. 5 minutes and 18 seconds left, and I could put a fork in the riding portion of this thing. My mom's a saint. I swear to you, if you knew that poor woman, what my brother and I have put that. She's a saint. Can you imagine, like, having, you know, it's my brother's story. Guys that robbed banks, drug addict. If you knew the time she should have just said, I break with thee, I break with thee, wash her hands. She had every right in the world. She never did. She's a saint. That is no joke. I've been very, very lucky to have some very amazing women in my life. And they've been examples of, they've just been great examples. Some really, my sisters. I have 2 great sisters, you know. Great mom. My girls, Bree. Some of the wonderful women I've known in my life. I've just been very, very lucky to have some very, very powerful and strong and independent, fierce women that my path has crossed. A lot of them cut me to the bone. And I cut them to the bone a lot of times. but I'm better for it, you know? But every single bad thing that's ever happened to me has brought me to where I am right now. And I'm battered and broken and scarred. Saw this great old post about this old lion. The picture was so stunning, I don't remember reading what it said underneath it. But it was this old lion. And its ear was half chewed off. He had scars on his face. One of his eyes was cloudy. His face was all scarred up. But those eyes. I'm just like that old battered lion. I've been through it. I recognize that I brought most of it on myself. My biggest fear is that I got my act together too late. I'll never be able to undo what I've done. And it's not a matter. It's not like it's it's not quantifiable. Like you're halfway there, Johnny. I don't know. I just know that I've disappointed a lot of people for a long, long, long time. So I have a lot of people to make up to. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that I have to make it up to. I can't see the time. 2 minutes. I can't see it. It was at 1 minute and change. For some reason, I can't see the time now. The sun's in my eye, believe it or not. I'm just go for another minute. That should do it. So the bottom line is, today, 25% of America are going to take their hard-earned money and place it on a bet that other people control. "34 seconds, okay. No, 1:34. Okay, I got it. Yeah, a minute and 30 left, actually, okay. Anyway, 25% of Americans are going to take their hard-earned money and put it on a bet. You know what's going to happen? A lot of them are going to wish you hadn't. A lot of you will wish, are going to be glad you did. And that's okay, but I'm betting on Johnny Scoville. Because I'm in the zone right now. 1 minute left. miles, 415 calories burned, 44 seconds. We'll stop this thing. Please go check out Johnny Scoville Jr.'s channel. He's a good kid. He won't disappoint you. If he ever does anything, if you know the channel, you know me. If he does anything, come to me and please let me know. I don't think he will. He's a good boy. Pretty windy. Let's see. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Training completed. I burned exactly 420 calories. Man, I'm tired. That pool is cold. Like jumping into a mixed drink. You know, I talked about doing the Wim Hof thing. Sorry. I talked about doing the Wim Hof thing where you get in the cold water, but this water isn't cold enough yet. Because I can do 5-10 minutes in this water, no problem. Which is funny because before I started biking, I don't think I could. The one time I did it, I did 5 minutes and had to get out. I'll be with you directly. All right, so I'll have my power drinks from ES Power Drink. Soon I'm partnering with them, you guys. So you'll be seeing, that is an amazing sports beverage. No joke. So I'll be partnering with them. You'll be seeing that. There'll be discount codes and such. But you guys are awesome. I love you. Bet on you. Bet on you today. And remember, you're 10 times stronger than you think you are. And if you want to make a change in your life, guess what? Just do it. If you need my help, email me at chasetheheat@gmail.com. Go see my son, will you please? Subscribe to John Jr. He's a good boy. In the description box, you'll see all the normal links. Here you're gonna see my son. Here you're gonna see my brother. There you're gonna see challenges, pepperology. Thank you for being in my life. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.